Hello, everybody. So, if you followed my stuff for a little while, or Quest is Just on either YouTube or Twitch, you've heard of Ezekial. There's no way you couldn't have, because most of the stuff I post is about him. The type of guy that a lot of the stuff that happens that I don't expect comes from him. And yesterday's session was no different. Well, it was, in the sense that it affected Zeke, but didn't come because of Zeke. It came from Othira, the Illrigger painkiller that is sworn to the service of Despater. And she drew the Fate card from the deck of Many More Things, which allows her to change one event in history and remove it from existence. So her overall quest is to corrupt the party to get them to serve Despater. And she offered this ability to Ezekiel in exchange for his soul. But she figured someone else would have to do the negotiations. So actually had Despater himself show up and go through these negotiations. Ezekiel said yes. So this is the last little bit. Hit the 2 times, so this is going to take a while to get through. But I think it's worth the wait, because this was just fantastic.
One event from your life will be removed.
Oh, in exchange.
What is that one event you want removed?
In exchange for this to happen.
Yes.
Now I understand.
I truly wonder if you fully grasp the consequences of what's going to happen here.
Not really.
He doesn't.
I'm going to be real honest. It's all...
Let me rephrase. Let me repeat what I said earlier. One event from your life will be removed from existence. Everything that has happened since that point will be changed based on how that one event impacted your life. Think about this very, very carefully.
I'm gonna approach Ezekiel and whisper, "You could always refuse her offer at that bridge and choose a different path."
Well, no, it's just that event ceases to happen.
Yeah, you don't meet her on that bridge. We're talking about the fate of realities here.
Yeah,
the choice ultimately lies
well, if I don't meet her on that bridge, what happens after that? It changes a lot in the world.
It will either way.
I feel like there's a responsibility on me to pick an event that would have the least impact on the world while changing everything about me.
You know, Ezekiel, I don't often say this, but sometimes you gotta save yourself first before you save the world.
I don't think this is saving myself. I think this is just... doesn't matter. I would probably say the fire that killed my parents. I would want that taken away.
You are certain of this?
Yeah, it would change a lot for me. I wouldn't ruin my parents' business as quickly, so I don't know if I would still ruin it or not. That leads to me making different decisions.
And you believe that this would not... If that event hadn't happened, you believe this would have led you to a point where you would not be on a bridge selling your soul to the Queen of Air and Darkness?
Yes. Unless she orders a different fire. Shit.
The joys of fate.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to know what the event is? Or could I just describe it as the moment that the queen decided she wanted me.
The event that could be removed could be her making the decision that she wanted you as a servant.
That's a good one.
Then I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I stall too long, she'll intercede.
Okay. We will go forward with that. And at some point, I have a feeling you will not remember this conversation. At some point in your life, one of my servants will approach you, and they will implant your memories back into your head to the point where you remember that you were signing this contract with me and your soul will belong to me. Do you agree to that?
Yes.
He just looks over at Ethereum and says, do it.
So, I probably would go to my chest and pull out the thread that, like, I can see, and then slice it with the intention of, the moment she made the decision to take an interest in him.
Okay. The moment you slice that thread, Ezekiel vanishes. All of your memories, none of you have ever encountered a man by the name of Ezekiel von Mildenstein. Because the event you erased happened at his birth, so the queen never had a reason to kill his parents. He never had a reason to, with his parents living, the businesses survived and flourished. The von Mildenstein family is very well known and respected in Altdorf. And after his parents retired, Ezekiel took over the business and ran it quite skillfully because he had been tutored by his father on how to run the business.
Yes!
Happy ending for Zeke.
But
No buts. Happy ending for Zeke.
No, dude.
Somebody's gonna come
he
and
already-
give him
he-
his devil contract.
I know.
From Ezekiel's perspective, at this moment, so say the same day, about November 5th, November 6th, he's relaxing at his family's mansion in the heart of Altdorf, and say he's got a cup of brandy going, feet up by the fire roars, a devil appears, and just like this fang grinning, like bearing grin comes forward.
Please tell
And
me
like
it's
you're
Margoth.
stuck in your chair. I'm just making it any devil. I don't really care. Like just locked in fear. He walks towards you and says, "Despater sends his regards." Places a finger on your forehead, and the memories that come back to you are your family's being killed, ruining the business, getting to the point of destitution to where you find yourself on a bridge trying to throw yourself over the edge to end your life, being spared by the queen, brief flashes of everything in between, and finally the conversation you have with the Spader. He says, "We are here to collect on our deal."
Given everything I've just learned about myself, I guess I understand.
He holds out a hand. Says, "Come with me to the city of Dis, and we will discuss your contract."
I grab his hand.
You both disappear in a puff of fire, and then you're in the city of Dis. And I think that's the last we're going to see of Ezekiel.
He was a Jew.